What's up, guys? It's a balmy 33 degrees out here, and boy, just can't stop sweating. So I'm back out here to do a little bit more, see how much further along I can get. You know, I got short amounts of time. I can function for a little while, then I have to shut down. My body gets tired very quick, but let's get started. Alright, one of the next tasks is to build cables to go from here to here and from here to here. The center ones are positive. Yeah, the two outside ones are grounds and the two center ones are positive. So these two outside ones have got to go here. One will go straight down and bend over. The other one can go straight down and then run over. And the positives, they're going to go over to the middle and go up. I'm going to try to make them look something like organized, even though they're going to be crisscrossing and everything. So, yeah. All right, you guys know I'm a big fan of recycling. So I got this green one. I can make two pieces out of it. I'm going to check and see what the links look like, so I can figure out, because these two are going to go side by side up to the middle. So one of them is going to be longer than the other one, but they're going to be fairly close. Now, one good thing about cutting this section off is that you end up with a scrap that's in one piece instead of two pieces. So that works pretty good. And one of these should be slightly longer, see, than the other one. And that's going to allow for the bend. So that one's going to be on the outside. And then it'll make them even out when they're bent. So now I need to do a couple things. One is strip this back so that it can go in the hole. The other is I need to find the tool to tighten and loosen the connection on the amplifier. In this batch here, but I'll go figure this out for sure before I start. Alright, now I gotta remember which one of these is which. So the long one needs to go on this hole over here, and I also need to make sure that my tab is turned the right way whenever I put it in there. Good. We'll do our best to make them look straight-ish. Now, whenever I connect these ground ones, they'll be getting connected to the battery. So we're going to charge caps at that point because there's nothing stopping it. The battery is going to charge the amp. Now, I can make sure these tabs are not in the hole or they're connected over here, but it's just something to remember is once I make a ground connection between this post and this amplifier, it's going to spark and the amplifier is going to be charging the caps. So just something to think about, you know. Alright, for the ground side, I'm going to be using the same GP Car Audio America Series wire. It's already made up. It's got nice terminals on it, and it just doesn't make any sense to waste it or to cut something else when I've already got this cut. But this time we're doing a bigger difference in wires. So one's going to go way over here and the other one's going to go straight up, pretty much. Alright, let's go ahead and rip the band-aid off. I'm making that positive connection right there. And I'm going to go ahead and make it over here and spark it. There we go. Now I'm not worried about it. But yeah, the journey starts with one step. I mean, all you gotta do is just take one step and then just start falling that direction, and you'll keep going. You'll just keep catching yourself every time. And before you know it, you went somewhere. Despite your own self. I mean, you probably heard, you are your own worst enemy. Friend, I'm here to tell you, that's 100% accurate. You are your own best friend and your own worst enemy. All true. All right, we got that part connected. It ain't really pretty, but it ain't no way it can be. The wires just come from the wrong places to go in a really unorganized way. But it is what it is. On to the next part. All right, we got a couple pieces of GP Diamond Edition. It'll work perfect for my ground scenario. I just gotta add 2 more lugs. Now this is 1 alt gauge GP Diamond Edition wire, but I find that when I'm using this, it's easier to use 2 alt gauge cable lugs. That's what these are. This wire is just so, this alt gauge is so thick that getting alt gauge lugs on here is very difficult, so we just do it that way. made a mistake. You just play it off like that was what you intended to do the whole time. As much of a pain in the butt these big crimpers are to get in this corner, I'd rather use them. Let's see if I can manage to do this without starting a fire or anything, because I might have to set this on top of this battery, I reckon. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. The ice is cracking, but at this point, we're committed. It was a real pain in the butt. The question is, was it worth it? Of course it was. I mean, duh. As soon as I dry my underwear up, I'll be in good shape. Now see, it was totally worth it. Look how good that's gonna look. Damn, and y'all was worried. All right. That sews up the power and ground runs to everything on the board. All the speakers are connected, powers and grounds are connected. All that's left is turn on wires and RCAs. So we're right there. All right, guys, let's talk about this DSP. This is the DSP that I've been running everything with, the same one I've been using forever. You got your ins and outs for the DIM. This goes to the controller in the front, so it allows me to control my volume and my bass channel from the knobs up front. This can connect to a computer. It's not plugged into anything right now. It's just a loose wire. This allows me to connect to this and send a signal to it, as well as use it to tune. The only thing I don't have plugged in right now is this. This is the magic wire. So the yellow wire goes to always on, the black wire goes to a ground, and this red wire goes to a trigger. This blue wire coming out actually will turn on other equipment. So, and it's not the same connection. It actually delays things so that you don't get a pop when you turn it on. I've never used it. Notice it's cut fairly short. I've never used it because I always just use whatever I triggered this on with, is what I triggered on the amps with. But this will eliminate any pops and snaps that you get when you turn the key on. So that's what that's all about. Now, the reason why I'm not putting this on my board is because, well, it's a nice looking piece of gear, right? But the connections are just, how do you make that look good? You know, you can't make that look good. So it's going to be off to the side, kind of out of sight, out of mind. All I got to do is get this part sorted, and I'll have the wires running to it ready. Once I get that done, well, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty at that point.